Um, no, this story is called me and my friend's kidnapping, and this is what happens. Me and my friend, he is a bigger kid, so am I. We both walk home. He's Indian, so yeah, we both walk home together, and we both like each other. We both sit together on the bus, and then we both love horror movies. So one day we were walking home, and this van pulls up, and they open the door and they grab us and they drag us in, and I'm kicking and screaming, but I mean, like, I'm not one of those kids who has a voice where I'm not one of those kids who has a voice that can break glass, where, and they put bags over our heads, and I'm kicking and I'm screaming. I get the man in the shins, and then he's like, God damn it, screw you, and my friend's kicking and screaming too, and then they just drive us off into the middle of the woods. I probably passed out. I don't remember anything, but I remember waking up in this chair, and it smelled like a porta potty at Coachella. After it's filled up, and then one of your drunk friends knocks it over, and then you have to come out, and then they're like, what the hell happened? And I'm just like, don't talk about it. I need to go see a therapist. Turn off the windshield wipers. No, but yeah, no, that's how it smelled. And yeah, no, and then this creepy old fat man with like glasses. He looked like he lived in his mom's basement. He was just sitting there, and there were rusty old tools on a table right next to us, and there were surgical tables. We were pretty scared, and then we looked in the corner, and then there was child porn in the corner, so I'm just like, oh, look, Hustler. Yay! So yeah, no, and this man comes at me, and he's just like, I'm gonna rip out every one of your teeth, and then I'm gonna scoop your eyeballs out. I'm just like, how about we don't do that? Can I get a manicure? And the man's just like, no, we are not getting a goddamn manicure. And then I'm like, okay. So he comes at me with one of them, and I kick him, and then I fall back, and then I break the chair. Thank the Lord that I ate that extra cupcake last night. I break the chair. My friend is just sitting there, and the man is getting me, but I just grab a scalpel, and then I cut my friend out of his chair. As we run out, we see this like anorexic girl. She doesn't even look human. Her like eyes are just like sunken into her skull, and she has barely enough flesh on her, and her like heart is like, and you can see the outline of her heart and her ribs. So we untie this lady, and she's running, and then she collapses on the ground, and I'm just like, oh my god, god damn it. We have to save her. No, we can. Jesus Christ, she collapsed, and this man is right behind us. I only have a scalpel. And we are running down. We ran in opposite directions. Him in one direction, I in the other. This man has to choose. Which one of us is he gonna catch? Luckily, I had a like premonition or something. I don't even know, but I saw in my mind, if I stepped out into that road, a car would come flying down and kill me, and would kill my friend. So I did not do that. And then he's like, "Why the hell don't we run across the street?" And then I'm like, "No." And then I'm just like, and then he goes all over, and then he gets a little bit of him gets in my mouth, and then I'm like, "He tastes like curry, racist son of a bitch." And no, but yeah, no, we run down the street. I run down the street. My friend runs down the other side of the woods, and he runs down the other, and I run down the other side. Guess who has to run for his life? This guy. And this man is right on my coattails, and I am literally so scared, and then I just duck down, and then this man falls over me, slips on it like twig or slips on something, and he falls into the road, and his partner who was sitting in the car, if anyone got out, he would be able to take them down. We have the same body shape, and we don't look the same, but I mean like from like a distance, we look like the same human. So he just gunned it, and he just ran and did it, and then he just like went, and he just went everywhere, and then I'm just like, gross. It smells like the goddamn porta potty at Coachella. And I'm just like, now I smell like the dump, and I'm running over to my friend being like, and then he's like, how the hell did you know that was gonna happen? Don't question it. I've been through enough today, and we're running through the woods. We don't have any shoes. We only have like a tank top on and like gym shorts because we were getting back from basketball practice. So yeah, no, that's what was happening. We're running barefoot, and before this, I didn't know that if he does kill one of us or he does kill somebody with the car trap, and another one of us gets away. They have a chainsaw in the back of the car so that we can get the other one and like stop him. And he gets out of the car and then he's like, "Holy shit, boss! You are all over my windshield." And then he runs over, grabs the chain. He forgot the keys in his car, but he just punches it through. Just punches his fist right through the goddamn trunk, and then he just grabs the chainsaw and he pulls it out. And he revs it, and then I'm just like, shit, we have to get the hell out of here. And then he's like, why? God damn it, there's a man with a chainsaw, and we're running through the, it's not like December, it's like late November, early December, and it wasn't like one of those years where it's summer. It was freezing cold, so we were running through the woods barefoot, cutting ourselves on so much like twigs, branches, and the cold is nipping at our faces. He sees me, and I'm stuck up against this tree, and then I just jump out of the way, and he gets the chainsaw stuck in the tree, and I'm just like, hell yeah, suck it, and then he just tries pulling it out, but it's like somehow jammed in there, and it's like slowly chipping away at the tree, and me and my friend are just like, oh shit. So we jump on him, I have the scalpel, and I somehow subdue him long enough, and then he falls underneath the chainsaw, and so I'm just like, leave him there, leave him there, leave him there, leave him there. And then, no, but like, I tried taking the chainsaw out because I need a weapon. My friend needs a weapon other than his bare fist if this man gets up. So this chainsaw like somehow falls out of its little spot in the tree and cleanly decapitates this man. And then I'm like, oh look, trophy, can I mount it on my wall? And then he's just like, no, you are not mounting his head on the wall, you dumbass. So I'm just like, okay. So we keep on running through the woods, but we grab, the guy had a phone. The phone doesn't have a timer on it, doesn't have the time on it. He taped it off so you can't see it, and he taped off the battery too. So we got directions back to my house. So we're going delusional because we don't know if these directions are the right directions to my house or if it's somewhere in Texas, and we don't know what time it is, and we don't know that time's passing. And we don't know how long this phone will last. It might be at 2%, it might be at 100. We don't know. So we're just following these directions, and I finally see the ditch. That was where me and him played for all of our lives. And it was a long ditch. It was just behind everyone's houses all the way up and down the street because that's how they did it. And we just jump over the ditch and we just run up, and then with our last beats of strength in our body, I jump up and hit the door with all my might, and it makes a giant noise, and probably whoever was in the house is probably gonna be like, huh, dear. No, they come out, and in my final fleeting sight, I can see Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, two people who are very lovely. They tell us about the war that they were in, which I don't believe for a second, but they give us cookies, and they're one of the warmest people I've ever met. And they call the police, and then they're like, yeah, no, two boys just showed up covered in shit and blood outside our back door. Can somebody please come pick them up and tell their parents? So they're just like, okay. So they do it, and then they're like, did you not murder these people? No, we did not murder them. They were outside, and then they take them, and then they take them, post a picture around. They go to door to door, putting up pictures. And my parents and my friend's parents both recognized us, and were like, oh, that's our children. They haven't come home from school yet. So yeah, no, I'm in the hospital now with my friend. I don't know how we ended up in the same hospital. We're in the same hospital bed. He still has a scar on his thumb from the rope, and I still have a scar on my thumb from the rope. So it's like a friendship bracelet. Friendship. I'm writing this report in the hospital because they're just like, what the hell happened? Here, here's a pad of paper and a pen. My thumbs are broken. Use your mouth. So yeah, no, I wrote this piece of paper in this warm blanket, and my parents are so happy that we're alive, and they're so happy that I used my instincts and that I wasn't just like some dumb kid who's just gonna be like, oh look, scary people. Wanted to vote and get hit by car. And they're so lucky that I was raised right. No, but the cops told me afterwards that, oh no, that was a pedophile and rapist and murderer in the area. He killed a lot of children, raped a lot of children. And yeah, no, that happened. And then they were just like, he's chilled in his house. We were going to bring him to court. But then he was just going to be like, no, I can bring myself to court. He didn't show up to court that day, and then they look at his apartment, and then they're like, well, shit, he's not here. So he was living in the woods for like about 3 to 4 years in this cave that he dug out by himself, and it was like one of those things that you picture from a horror movie. There was kid porn everywhere. It was just gross. There was dead bodies everywhere. I'm gonna throw up thinking about it, but yeah, no. They didn't want to tell the cop. They didn't want to tell anybody in the area because they would be like, "Holy shit, you didn't do your job right." So they covered him up, and kids started going to disappear. But I mean, like they thought it was like another serial killer in the area, and that's why they covered it up, because they're like, more families will live here if they don't know about this man, and that gets us more time and more traffic. And then they're just like, yeah, let's do it. And they don't want to show their mistake, and they did. But I mean, like those idiot cops nearly killed me. So thanks, cops. Black power. 12